In today's video, I drove down to the capital of Texas to play on the world famous Lodge Live. We are back here into the fourth session. I have $6,000 in my stack. I bought in for 2, topped up for 4. It's matched the stack, and believe me, by the end of the session, we're going to be in for around $30,000. So yeah, first hand here, we look down at pocket queens.
Queens now for Wolfgang.
And I come in for a 3-bet from the button. The knit game is on. We're playing it for $50 ahead, so pretty hefty here. Luckily, I do, in fact, pick up a great hand, and Stash is going to call from the hijack and flop himself the world.
Couple clubs for Stash.
An outstanding flop. And
an
the
ace.
I have second pair and no backdoor flush ideas. When he checks it over to me, I think it's a decent board to go for a c-bet on. That's what I decide to do. And let's see if he goes for a check raise or just a check call. He just puts in the call, bringing us off to the turn, which is a disaster.
Keeping that net button, man.
There's the queen, and it's
goodness.
a club.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, it was a 5.
Queen of clubs giving the set for Wolfgang. Not drawing dead. It's going to need the board to pair.
Slick Rick and Skull Mike said it best. What a turn card. We turn ourselves a set, and he turns himself the nut flush. Of course, 1 out of every 5 times the board is going to pair, and I'm going to scoop this. When he checks it to me, I think I want to continue betting. Get value from hands like Ace-King, Ace-Queen, Ace-10. Maybe a hand like King-Queen or King-10 as well with a club in it. So yeah, I decided to go for a bet of $11.50 into the $1,400 pot, trying to exercise maximum pressure and just build the pot if I am ahead. If I would have gone smaller, I definitely think Stash would go for a check raise here and just try to get it in. However, when I went large, he probably thinks I'm going to continue betting on the river, and he just puts in the call, bringing us off to another disgusting card. It comes the King of Hearts. Any jack now has a straight. Surprisingly, Stash checks it over to me with the nuts. The risk with that is I could just check behind, and I think a lot of players in this spot with a set would check behind. Any jack beats them and any 2 clubs beat them. However, let's think about his entire range here when he raises from the hijack and calls a 3-bet. He's going to have hands like pocket 10s and 8s. He's also going to have ace-10, ace-queen, and ace-king. So I still think there's a few hands to get value from. Sure, it could be very, very thin, and he could call me with better, like exactly his hand, ace-3 of clubs. But I decided to go for a small, thin value bet here of $1,000. Action's back over to Stash, and I'm not going to bore you guys here. He just rips it all in, and I find the good fold. I can't be bet calling here. When he shoves on the river, it's never a bluff. And I get away from this one, but we lose a few $1,000s in the process. Not off to the best start.